Hello, welcome to the show. I'd like to run for president. There's my name, Karen Krill Weinstein, and write my name on the ballot. Just take note of how I write and spell my first name, Karynn Krill Weinstein. Right now we have two elderly gentlemen fighting for the position of presidency for 2024. I want to be that person there when either one of them or both cannot do the job for the United States of America. At least with me, you know what you're getting. I will be honest, caring, peaceful, loving, concerned, make changes for the better, not only within our own selves, but throughout all the people in America and beyond. I want to tell you a description about a friend that I have, same age as me. She's in November, she ran out of her money, so she had to go to a shelter. It's called the Spooner House. And the story behind this is, she told me at the Spooner House, which houses people who are homeless. And what they do to them is they can't come into the building until 9 o'clock at night. And if you're late, they don't save a place for you. You have to be there at 9 o'clock. And they let you in. And they have a police officer go through your items, checking for drugs, paraphernalia, weapons. And she has to be evaluated. She told me with the first nights, it was cold. First few nights, she had to sleep on a cot. Excuse me, mistake. She said she had to sleep on the floor. They had quite a number of people in that Spooner House in the cold weather. So she's been living with friends, family, in and out, and at the Spooner House. At the end of March, it will be 6 months that she's been there. November, December, January, February, March, April. So she's been there 6 months. And she's going to have to leave. Even though she lived there for three months on and off, she has to leave. And she can't go back to the shelter because she was there for 3 months, 4 months, and you're only allowed to use the shelter, use the Spooner House for three months, and then you have to leave. As time went, she did get a cot, and lights go out. You can't have your cell phones with you. Can't make any calls. There's no food. Just a place to lay down off the floor. They get up at 6:30 in the morning and have to leave until the next day at 9 p.m. She said it was very cold in the Spooner House. And she said her nose was cold, and her feet were cold, and her hands were cold. I guess they didn't have the heat turned up all that much. We shouldn't penalize these people because they're homeless. We should be having understanding what they're going through. She has people who we would rather she didn't live with them because they didn't really have much room, an extra room, to provide her a place to stay. So she sleeps in her car a lot. She has been at my location for dinner. We've gone out to dinner together. I've gone out with her breakfast. doing those types of things, maybe she's getting good food, nutrition. As president, that is one of the things on my mind about helping people, helping the homeless, so that they could have a life, a true life, make a difference in their life for the betterment of all. As president, I will set up more homeless shelters. For example, they're already doing that now. A businessman bought a hotel room and he set it up to be like efficiencies. One bedroom and living room, all in one room. Kitchen, dining area. And he's providing shelter for the homeless veterans. So it's already happening. I think this is a good way to help the people who are homeless. Build a affordable housing for the people where they can afford a low rent, $400, $500 if that, and not $1,200 a month elsewhere in our country. I live in a subsidized housing facility, and they stay in the rooms to really nice people, beautiful people. They don't yell at each other, they don't get in fights, we're all respectful with one another. So it's okay in your area where you live to have lower income apartments. Mostly they have seniors, 55 years old and up, and provide housing for them. My friend doesn't know how to manage her money. She's not sure what she gets paid. She works several jobs, and she can't keep track of her money. So she overdraws, and then she has to wait for the next paycheck to compensate for that overdraw. So she didn't learn how to manage her money. That's one of the main reasons because of her homelessness. She just never was taught. Super intelligent woman. Has a fantastic memory. She could tell you stories about friends that I grew up with that I didn't even know when I was friends with them. She's a really amazing woman. And she's been homeless, living at a car, since November. People, there are many of the people out there like her. And if they're not, that's okay too. So that's one of the objectives I have. The other one is with the fentanyl overdosing. I will set up places that they could go and take the fentanyl or cocaine, whatever substance they are addicted to. They could use it, they're watched over safely, until we could get a chemical that counteracts the effects of fentanyl. And what are the others? What did you have? Oxycontin. So that my husband was in the hospital, I wouldn't allow them to give him Oxycontin. I didn't want, even once I've heard, could cause you to be addicted to it. But he said he was comfortable with his pain as a result of his procedure. He was okay. And these things, let them have a place to go, get counseling, and get them off the drugs the right way. I have a friend in the hospital who is an addict, and they put him in a room with nothing in it, and he was there for 2 weeks, and he had nothing to take for the withdrawal symptoms of the addicted drug. He said it was really a bad experience, and he stopped doing drugs. I think there's better ways to get people, stop people from taking on drugs, and in a more humane way of making people become clean of addictive drugs. That's about all I'd like to share with you. These are just some of the things I would do. And remember, the border. I have ideas for the border. with the Southern America people are coming into our country. Thank you for tonight. Remember, vote for me. Write my name down on the ballot. I would really appreciate it. And soon I'll be out campaigning. My website's up. Karen Pearl Weinstein for president. I also wrote a book. If you want to know more about me, you can go to the website KarenPearl.com. Thank you, everyone. God bless.